This clip that you just watched is just the tip of the iceberg, or say it is just the teaser or the trailer of so many such cinematic moments that I had been a part of, where people collectively decided that they would make me feel the main character of my life. Like, I know I'm the main character of my life, but every time I felt low or I felt like, am I really, or do I actually feel the main character energy? These were the kind of people that exactly made me feel like the main character and intensified my perception of myself as the main character of my life. Every time I've ever entered into places where people have looked at me and laughed at me, all eyes have been on me, I have had numerous thoughts, numerous wrong thoughts which formed my perception later on, which I don't want should happen for you guys. I should have thought that, oh wow, all of these people are taking the time out of their lives, they're putting their energy into looking at me, turning all eyes at me, they're turning my life into a literal movie. Like, I thought I'm the main character, but I never expected you guys to submit to that. But it's you guys that make me feel more and more like the main character of my life. That is the mentality that it took me a while to develop. I didn't develop it overnight. It took me a lot of times where I was embarrassed, where I would go back home and cry because a group of people would laugh at me. I would get like goosebumps out of embarrassment, and I would just be like, okay, like, just because I've been embarrassed because of this, or just because I've been insulted or I've been mocked, I'm like literally done. Like, because I'm so embarrassed, I won't show them my face. Now it's like they do not get the privilege to see me again, because you value yourself. You're an average of literal 5 people you surround yourself with, and it cannot be, for the life of it, people that have no job but to mock others, people that discuss other people. Assalamu Alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. If you're new here, hi, my name is Sayyida Khairunisa. I make videos on Islam, self-help and self-improvement, and if you're interested in any of those topics, do hit the subscribe button. If you have subscribed to me already, and if you're a subscriber here, hey, I welcome you back. But I'm also so sorry for the background. I just find it to be so aesthetic. It's quite comfortable to me, and I hope you guys don't mind it, because I'm sure you guys are sort of like bored of the same two in backgrounds. So this video is about what to do when people mock you, they insult you, when you feel like people are watching at you and judging you. See, not a lot of the times everybody that has a look towards you or that has their face turned towards you is somebody that judges you. Okay, a lot of the times it is people perhaps silently admiring you. Perhaps they find something unique about you. Perhaps they look at you and admire something that they might feel is not something that's present or existent around them. People actually like to see new things and go in awe of new and unique things and people and personality traits. So why don't you think of it that way? Now, in case you're sure that someone's laughing at you, that someone's like smirking at you, that people are sitting and gossiping about you, the mindset shift that I'm going to be sharing with you to be able to practice and put into action what you're supposed to be doing is what's gonna help you in a longer run. Now, in case someone's gonna mock you, someone's laughing at you in a group, and in such situations, it's quite tricky. One thing is direct insult, like telling you on your face, hey, you're all this, insulting you, a mockery, or laughing about you, yeah? At least then you can call them out or confront them. But in case they are sort of sitting in a group and they're like talking about you and they're looking at you and they're like laughing about you, and you're out here standing perhaps with a friend of yours or perhaps by yourself, and you're confused and in a puzzled state of mind as to why are they doing that, because you're just out here being yourself and there's a group of people mocking you, or even if you have done something, they just find it to be amusing and you don't quite find it to be amusing, right? What you have to do is pretending is not what it's called. But actually, if you want to show to them, I do not care about you, so that you eventually do get to a point when you don't care about them, is actually have a little bit of smile or a smirk and just look at them into their eyes and give them a smile. Just give them a smile. All of them. Or if it's one person, 2 people, just look around them, not even at their faces, but just give a smile. Or perhaps catch hold of a person that's around you, or get into a conversation with another person and just go on with everything while exuding confidence and while being normal. Because you know what? The biggest reaction that perhaps these people that are apparently looking at you, that are sort of also making it known to you that they're laughing at you, not like, they're laughing at you and they don't want you to know it just so you don't take offense, but they're having a joke about something. Let's say that happens. That's not as bad as someone actually looking at you to make you feel uncomfortable like this, like you know? And in such case, it can be tricky. And so when they are trying to make you feel uncomfortable, because generally they are addicted to getting a reaction out of you, they feed off of the reaction they get out of you. What you need to do is just intensify that main character feeling. And second of all, do something that exudes confidence, that exudes unbotheredness, that shows them that you are trying to do all of this, but I'm still laughing, I'm still smiling, I'm unbothered. You know, every time in my college there's been ever a group of people that looked at me and laughed at me from a distance, or, you know, threw in some passive aggressive taunts or just tried to deter my confidence, I used to literally start talking to people and pretend to be so normal, irrespective of whether they look at me. Because if somebody looks at you, even to intimidate you, generally the reason is to intimidate you or to make you feel nervous and to sort of lower your confidence. If you are a confident person, then that's their goal, to lower your confidence. So when it comes down to that competition, make them lose. Tell them that you didn't win. By not even getting them to your face, you know, don't even deal with them, but just by being normal and confident. The other day I entered into a cafe. I went out on a little cute solo date, and over there, as soon as I entered into the cafe, there were a bunch of girls and boys that were sitting together. All of their heads turned towards me. They were like looking at me, and they continued looking at me. And what I did at the time was like, okay, here we go again. But I went to the barista. I started inquiring the barista about the seating arrangement, a comfortable seating for a person that's just going to be on a solo date. It was the first time I went to that cafe, so I just wanted to make myself comfortable. I wanted to know more about it, so I started talking to the barista very normally, while having a smile on my face and while exuding confidence through my expressions. So I'm in general very expressive. And also, before I was leaving, the same people, again, their heads turned towards me while I was leaving. And mind you, I wasn't even dressed immodestly. I had my niqab on, I had my hijab on, and I had a nice dress on, which wasn't really very immodest if it comes down to, oh, were you showing off something? When I was leaving also, one of the managers of the place came to me and they started asking me for the feedback. And even that time, while I was praising the cafe, while I was appreciating it, I turned straight towards the manager. There wasn't a lot of, we weren't standing close, so that manager was sort of distant from me. So it also shows that I can raise my voice to a point that the manager hears it, and also being expressive because I had my niqab on. And in general, I exuded confidence. And I spoke to that manager even though they were at that side with all their eyes on me from a window, again making me the main character. People that mock at you, you need to understand, they want to get a reaction out of you. Because generally, when they see you confident, when they see you doing what perhaps they envy, they don't like, they can't stand, they would be drowned in shame doing, they will try to mock you and put you down because they cannot tolerate you doing it. See, why would I be intolerant of someone doing something if it's just normal? Like if I were a hater, of course I'd be bothered by someone's confidence, by someone's appearance, by someone's knowledge, by someone's way of being, someone's attire, someone's aura. I would most definitely have a problem with it. But if I'm somebody that appreciates others and believes in individualities, I appreciate and I find beauty in everything. And I'm curious to know more about people. But if I'm a hater, of course I'm going to look at people and love them, because if I cannot take away from them what they're doing, one thing I would want to take away from them is the confidence with which they're doing that. So while we're at it, I'd recommend you to quickly, after watching this video, go ahead and watch my videos on haters too, because that's a very insightful and an in-depth video on what it goes on in the mind of a hater according to my point of view, which will make you understand it's not something that's wrong about you that's making them be them, but it's just something that's in them that's making them be a hater. So that's what you need to do. You know, you need to exude confidence, laugh with people. Like I have a really loud laugh, alhamdulillah. So whenever someone's trying to put me down, whenever I have naturally happened to laugh around them, they actually would get more pissed. So you can actually laugh around them and just pretend. If you're not being able to get that confidence, also pretend to be confident and cool. And that will frustrate them. See, if you retaliate, if you go to them, hey, what do you mean? Or what are you talking about? At that point in time, you are allowing haters to fight you. They're not on the right side. And who's also not on the right side? Shaitan. So you really think it's not going to get dirty. And the reason I'm telling you there's no point in getting into something that's dirty is because they have more experience negativity than you do. You're not made for that. Also, energies are exchanged, so they feed off of your positive energy that you give to them, and you get their negative and dark energy. Instead of just going and giving them a reaction that they want from you and making them win in a way by getting pissed, just be normal and laugh it off. Their version of you cannot damage you. Now, in order to do all of this and make it easier for you, there's a very important mindset that you need to adopt, that when you actually internalize it, it's going to change the way you look at your hater and the people that mock at you from the next time you see them. Pay close attention, because all of what I told you, if you don't have the right mindset shift, you will not be able to practice, okay? And that is, when a person finds something funny in you, that does not imply that that is actually funny. That does not imply that it's embarrassing or funny. What that implies is that what the person is laughing at is their take, their perception, their mental processing based on their own humor, their own traumas, their own genetics, their own experiences, their own people that they surround themselves with, of you or something about you. So you are not responsible for what they find funny. Their world revolves around it. You know, like, people have different types of humors also. So when they laugh at you, you just need to think it's their processing of what they saw of me. Is it actually embarrassing? Is it actually funny according to me? No. Did I laugh? No. That's it. It's not funny, period. Another thing that I even mentioned in the videos of my hater. If somebody insults you or mocks you for something, their world revolves around it. If someone makes a racist joke on you, their world revolves around color. Their world revolves around ethnicity. They should be thanking God that they belong to the ethnicity or the color that they belong to. This is sarcasm. Don't get it the wrong way. That they belong to whatever color, caste, breed, or whatever they belong to, because they would not stand being what they hate, right? If someone thinks that you are below them in a certain aspect, they would not be able to withstand what they're laughing at you for. But the fact that you're so strong, you're out there so confident with that exact same thing, owning it up, is what makes them want to hate, because they're just like, no, I hate it. And it's nothing good according to me. How can you be so confident while this is your reality, you know? Be it your color, be it your race, be it your religion, be it something about your personality, be it something related to it, be something about your school, about your family, whatever it is. If they laugh at you for something about you, they would be drowned in shame to be in that situation themselves, you know. And simpler words, that's called projecting. They're projecting what they have inside of you, the shame that they have inside of themselves, whatever they're laughing at you for, onto you. Are you supposed or obliged to take it personally? Not really. Now, the second type of mockery or insult is the direct one. But it can also be tricky, in a sense, not so direct. So when someone actually on your face tells you something insulting or laughs at you, everyone's perhaps laughing, or that person themselves finds it amusing and you personally do not find it amusing, you don't owe to them or to anybody else sabotaging or abandoning a part of yourself by being like, you're too funny. No. Just, if you didn't find it funny, pause, and with all the kindness in the world, perhaps, tell them, if it's the first time it happened, or second or third, and you didn't confront them before, hey, actually, I don't appreciate that joke, you know? I don't like it. You know why? Because it's so important, because every time you laugh at something that's not funny and that's insulting towards you, you're abandoning a part of yourself. You're telling yourself, you not going to sleep peacefully at night, you overthinking about this thing for the rest of the day is still okay, is something that's bearable, as opposed to calling this person out right now, even if it is respectfully. How self-sabotaging is that? One time in my 9th standard, I was new to my school and I had gotten close and friends with a group of girls. Those girls and myself, we had a mutual friend. So those girls I wasn't really close to, but there was a mutual friend. And one of the girls in the group felt like I was taking their friend away from them, you know? And because I wasn't. Like, I was constantly guilt tripping. I was thinking, you know, am I like actually trying to take her away? I was always sending her away to her friends, always comforting her about her friends. When this mutual friend would always cry about what her friends did to her, I would be like, no, but they like really love you, go to them, be to them. I was already like guilt tripping, right? One of these girls, while we're all there with each other, she says something so mean to me, and everybody around her at the time were just like, they were all turned towards her after she said that. And you know what I did at the time? You're so funny. She's funny. Internally, I was going through a storm. I felt like I had abandoned the part of me that was like, what the hell just happened? What should I do to this girl to get this? You know, I had questions. I wanted to call her out. But I abandoned a part of myself. But. So I was sitting in the same group of girls a few months later in a class, and I was getting sick. So my parents had come to take me, and I was about to leave the class half day because I was getting sick, and I had informed that to my Hindi teacher. So my teacher, naturally, because she was so strict about her subject, got pissed. I was just like, oh, okay, here we go again. And I was like, okay, that was understandable, so I put up with it. So while I was leaving, one of those girls yells at me, if you wanted to go away, and she heard everything, by the way. She yelled, if you wanted to go away, why do you even come to school in the first place? And you know, I was done. I was this drained, people pleaser, nice girl that got nothing good out of her niceness except for people crossing her boundaries. So I walked up to the madam and I was like, with all due kindness, with a good, pleasant countenance, it's my wish. And then I went away. And you know what happened at the time, ironically? That girl was like, oh, you're so funny. Me being a nice girl, I never got respect out of them. I faced more instances where my boundaries would be crossed until I actually drew my boundaries, after which I wasn't the liked girl because all of a sudden I'd become this unlikable person. But you were like, where's that Khairunisa that we liked? That Khairunisa actually was a people pleaser. And she was trained of being a people pleaser. So she had learned how to draw her boundaries. And that's just it, guys. This is a short little video, hopefully not too long, on what to do when people mock you. And you know what? I know it can be puzzling, but it should do nothing but intensify the fact that I'm the main character of your life. I'm the main character of my life, perhaps even your life, because you guys turn your heads. You guys devote your time and energy into talking about me, laughing about me, plotting things, and I hope you have fun. I don't know how you feed off of that. I don't know how you do all of that, because I could never. But I wish you peace and luck. That's it. Jazakallah khair for watching this video. If this video did help you and made you feel better and all of that, do hit the like button, share this video, and subscribe to my channel for more such videos in the future, inshallah. Until next time, take care. Allah Hafiz. Fi aman Allah.